at a high pace for his fights, enjoys a bit of ground and pound, has heavy hands, and if he hits you in the stand-up, you ain't going to feel it. Hollis coming in off that loss over Kyle Carver last time out in November. Before that, you've got to go back to September 2010 for Teddy Potts, his last victory. As we see how they stack up here, the experience advantage going the way of Brian Phillips, also the elder by 4 years, 1 inch the taller, 1 pound the heavier John Hollis, and the reach advantage, armpit to fist, goes to John Hollis. Michael Chavello, Frank Trigg with you on HDNet. Both men in orthodox stance here. It is the long trunks of Brian Phillips, the shorter trunks of John Hollis. Little uppercut off the right hand there from Phillips. And the overhand right. Almost drops dangerously into a rising right knee there from John Hollis. And both these men throwing early here, Frank. Yeah,
it's kind of strange, too, because the moment that Brian Phillips got hit, he immediately shot him for a takedown, but got stuck with that little small uppercut. You see how John Hollis is very loose with his shoulders, very loose with his hands. He kind of looks lackadaisical out there. But he's also able to throw very heavy punches very quickly from weird angles.
Both men say they like to stand and trade. There's another Muay Thai clinch and a high knee from Hollis. Phillips collects him with a short left hook. Thai clinch on again here from Hollis. Wow. He's trying to drill that knee to the jawline, Frank.
John Hollis was rocking on that punch. And a nice right hook came across to hit him just right. He's recovered nicely, getting his guillotine. He's got a nice neck crank going on. He's got his head turned a little bit.
Knee to the midsection and drift back to center cage does John Hollis. Solid work so far from these two men. A little bit of a hematoma over the left eye here of Hollis. Just off the eyebrow. Good outside thigh kick from Hollis.
Okay, Brian's making a big mistake. Every time he gets kicked, he drops that left leg, he drops his left hand down to try to catch that leg kick. Instead of checking it, if Hollis is smart, he'll bring that leg up top and go to the head instead this next time.
If he knows how to work a Brazilian kick, Frank, it would be perfect off that rear leg over the top of that dipped hand.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Question mark kick is the other name for it.
Exactly. Just telegraphing the right hand there. John Hollis and resets himself now. Phillips has got to keep that lead hand up, and he clocks him again with that right hook. Jab from Hollis.
You got a big telegraph on that jab. That's the problem. Every time he comes, he steps hard, he jumps forward with it, and he drops that right hand of his as he does it. If the hook doesn't catch him, a straight left, excuse me, will catch him as well.
Right hand lead there from Hollis. Needs to work the kicks underneath as well. And it's Phillips who gets the outside thigh kick. Hollis looking at the Thai clinch, and he gets it. Big shot to the jawline. Phillips tagged with that knee, and then the right hand. Flying there again from John Hollis.
Well, I understand why Hollis wants to keep it on the feet. He's got great wrestling takedown defense. So in his best spot, at least seems at this point to be throwing knees and kicks.
Good long reach on the jab there from Hollis.
His punches are just too much telegraphing, and it's too easy for Phillips to get out of the way right now. He needs to switch up, go back to his Thai clinch, like he had in the corner a little bit earlier.
Good outside leg kick. Turn the shit in nicely. 2 minutes 10 remaining, first round of 3 here. Faked the right hand, but should have thrown a left hook afterwards there, Brian Phillips. Overhand right was a little bit short of the mark. Outside leg kick. And he checks the follow-up.
Both guys have settled into their styles now. Both guys settled in their techniques. You can see now that Brian Phillips is a little bit more of a counter puncher than John Hollis is. And it's kind of affecting the way Hollis punches because he's a counteractive puncher.
Phillips, who was shooting in on Hollis earlier on in the fight, has not done so for the past minute after he's been trapped in that Thai clinch on his way in previous times.
As you can see, both guys expend a lot of energy in the first part of this round. And obviously, we see Brian Phillips has kind of slowed down quite a bit.
Hollis has the looseness about him here. Liver kick there, and he gets countered with an uppercut, does Brian Phillips. On the outside now, and Hollis goes back to center cage. Resets himself once more. Nice jab too, the two connected, and a high knee from Hollis. Good combination work here from John Hollis.
Well, Phillips did a pretty good job right there of ducking out of the way of 3 big punches. He's still got those wits about him, but he's definitely slowing down. You can see he's a little bit more tired than he was earlier. He's starting to fall apart. His hands are opening up a little bit more. If Hollis wants to, he can come right down the center at any time now because Phillips' hands are kind of spread to his shoulders.
Another counter right hand there from Hollis. You see that Phillips is trying to use a bit of the old school open palm catch on those punches. Not always highly effective Resorting technique. Oh, nice knee. Caught him in the crouch position.
Perfect timing. He was still on his feet, but squatted down and locked right into that knee.
Need the upper left rib cage hurt. Phillips locked onto a single leg here. Trying to get Hollis on his back. Not going to work for him, though. And Hollis lock on the tie clinch from here. He tries for it. But Phillips a little bit too elusive. Good inside leg kick, nice and high on the lead thigh. Good counter right from Hollis. He'll try and work a guillotine from here. Breaks off, throws a high knee. Into the first round, 2 more to go. A striking first stanza there. We are ready to roll. Second round of 3 unofficially. We're giving the first round to John Hollis, who comes in 1-1. Brian Phillips at 3-1. The outside leg kick from Hollis to open up the round. And again, he's got to start checking those, Brian Phillips.
Yeah, his leg's going to be sore here in a couple seconds. I mean, those kicks are starting to land flush and they're all shin.
Not only that, Frank, but he's so reliant on his hands here, Brian Phillips. The more leg kicks he takes, the more his hands are going to slow down. So there goes his prime weapon.
Exactly. He has no foot motion left. There's no stepping power. He can't turn his hip over. He'll lose all that power for sure. Now you see Hollis, too, keeping that hand up a little bit higher.
Here it is again, a third connecting outside leg kick of the round so far for John Hollis. His corner have obviously told him he's not checking off the lead leg. Let's go to town on it. Effective game plan so far, using his reach well here. Left hook, 3-2 combination, left hook followed by right cross, and there it is again. It's effective once more. Right hand lead.
Good motion, but see, every punch that Hollis is throwing is a big haymaker. He sit behind his jab a little bit, or sit behind a little peppering teep kick. He might have a shot at getting in and hitting a big bomb.
High knee, trying to take his eyebrow off. I'd like to see Hollis set up with the jab, move in with the right cross, then step through, lock on a Muay Thai clinch and work the knees. Trade of leg kicks. Again, Phillips draws the short straw. And the confidence here on Hollis as he just smiles. Phillips has really got to start throwing here, Frank.
Yeah, he's mainly defensive. He stopped counter-punching because every time he counter-punches, Hollis is in and he's out. He's too far away to get caught. Phillips to stop punching. Good job on Hollis to keep moving his head the whole time, keeps getting in that position, punches real quick and gets out of the way so he can't get countered.
John Hollis, who does have a pro boxing record of 1-0. Just 3 weeks ago, he boxed Nick Fast, who had a 6-0 record, and knocked Fast out in the 4th round. Hollis is actually boxing again here in Kansas on February 19. And that's why. Beautiful right cross. Jump balk right hand. John Hollis in control here in the 2nd round.
He's picking them apart. Nice positions, nice sets. Oh, let's see what happens. Nothing. Well, good counter move by Hollis. Great work, good scramble ability.
High knee to the jawline. This is a fantastic round from John Hollis.
I like how Hollis now is picking his spots. He's not getting too aggressive. He's sitting behind his punch a little bit more. He's finding his space. He's making Phillips have to keep coming in.
And short on the left hook. Nice kick to the outside thigh again. That was nice and high on the thigh. Tenderizing those quadriceps. Phillips has really slowed down, and you can see the big breaths he's taking through his mouth here. Always a sign of fatigue, Frank.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of getting that tired in the 1st round. Now we're stepping through, and he's really getting bad. And like I said before, he's a counter puncher. Now he can't even counter. He's too tired to even counter punch.
It has been domination from John Hollis here in the 2nd. Catch and counter. Right hand down the tube from Hollis. Left hook looking for the jugular from Phillips, but to no avail. And Hollis smiles at him. The footwork here of Hollis continually sitting behind the jab and setting up that right cross. Once again, you see trying to thread the jab through the double forearms, through the open palms.
So he's stalking. He's not chasing down Phillips. He's stalking him down. He's forcing him back to the cage. Keep himself in a good position. When he feels like he's out of room, he backs up. Hollis does, and forces Phillips to come back at him. That's exhausting to a fighter. I can't chase you, and when I do chase you, I get pushed back into the cage again. This is horrible.
There is a cut under the left eye of Phillips, and swelling under the right eye. He has been absolutely taken to task here in the 2nd round. Again, beautiful 1-2 up the center corridor from Hollis. Counters with the right hand, forces him on the outside, as all good boxers do. Controlling center cage. 1-2 again from Hollis, follows through with a left hook. Good front kick to the midsection. Such control for a man of only 1-1 record in mixed martial arts, Frank. It's good to see.
A great pace. But of course, you've only seen this on the feet. What happens when he goes down on the ground? What's he do? But obviously, he told us in the pre-fight interviews that he wants to stay on his feet. This is where he's kept it. And has great wrestling defense, so he's able to keep it there. Even Phillips shot a couple times pretty deep.
Well, Hollis did wrestle in high school at Salina South. We go to the canvas, but in the final seconds here, and Phillips went quickly to pass and go to side control for some ground and pound, but just no time. 2 rounds down, 1 remaining. Third and final round. It is all for Brian Phillips to do here. And Hollis opens up as he finished the last round with jabs and the right cross. Sits behind that jab wonderfully.
Brian's just got to, he's got to forget about it. He's going to be tired no matter what happens. Just step in and keep going. Because John, if you let John pick you apart like this, John's just going to keep backing away and keep, hitting that jab, hitting that cross.
Look at the damage under that left eye, courtesy of the right cross of John Hollis. That is a gruesome sight there on Brian Phillips. And his son Uriah hops on his lap tomorrow morning and asks, "Daddy, did you get injured?" Well, he won't be able to say no. There is still time here, though, for Brian Phillips. But as Frank said, between rounds, this is where Phillips needs to get the aggression going and take him down.
Look at this, big haymaker comes through him and just boom, right in the center. Caught him just because Hollis was moving away. Cut him with his toes. That's how it works.
Phillips has got to bridge the gap here. He's got to clinch up with him, shoot in on him, somehow get Hollis down on the canvas.
Well, part of it, too, is that he lifts his elbows up, ducks his head, and closes his eyes every time he's trying to defend punching. Phillips does, and that's not smart. I mean, you still have to see what's going on to be able to counter punch, or to be able to hit back, or be able to move and get out of the way. If you can't see your opponent, you can't do anything to him.
Tie clinch and a high knee. Good night, Irene.
Brian was trying to shoot. He was trying to shoot. He went in, saw that leg coming up. He's like, I'm going to take this guy down right now. It's what happened at the end of the second round. He'll catch that knee right flush on the chin. It's over. This guy's got a good future. John Hollis is very patient. He's very smart. You see here, boom, he just lies it right in there. You saw that left hand come down. I talked about in the first round. Brian Phillips keeps dropping his left hand every time he wants to do anything, and it's exactly what he does. He's reaching for that leg this time to take him down and gets caught dead on the neck. I mean, this is great position right here.
That is right out of the Muay Thai handbook.
Your winner by knockout out of the red corner, Hollis.
Don't miss Inside MMA and HDNet Fights every Friday night, only on HDNet. Call your cable or satellite provider today and demand HDNet. For more info, go to hdnetfights.com.